Hello everyone, welcome to our episode 27 about Sensei Jamal Measaras' autobiography. Hello Sensei.
Hi.
You ended up with your dojo in Kelheim,
Right.
and you would like to describe the difference between Seibukan and Shorin Ryu Seibukan and Malaysian Shorin Ryu Seibukan.
Right. So let me explain to you. Malaysian Shorin Seibukan and the Seibukan, not at all any difference. It is the same.
Mm-hmm.
It was only the name and the emblem was changed. The emblem, as I told you in the last episodes, they took the Meisterkauf, was the name of the shopping center with a star. They took it and they put a fist inside. It was a yellow emblem, a star. And they call it Shorin Seibukan. So techniques, not at all any differences. It's the same thing. After all, when I came here to Germany, I was already teaching the Malaysian Shorin Seibukan to the Seibukan people. So there was not any difference at all. It was the same because he was also studying under my senior sensei, Mr. Neo. So there is no differences. So it was the same thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Technically, nothing.
Yeah. And would you like to continue with your dojo in Kelheim?
Yes, as I said, I took over the dojo. I bought the dojo. It was not a present that some of them say, I took it over. No, the dojo was under Mr. Binder Banfred's name. He registered it, as a business. So he had the right to sell it. He was having together with Mr. Lai, the dojo together. But he sold it to me. I still have all the receipts and everything. It was not a present or anything. And I built it up from 40 over students to maybe about 150 over students, which I made 3 children classes, adults, beginners class, middle level, and advanced. So it increased. And so did all my trainings and kumite techniques. They never had good kumite techniques in those days. So mostly when I was teaching kumite training in all the dojos. So people enjoyed this kumite training and they changed. Well, at that time, I was interested in kumite, competition karate. Today, no, I'm not interested. So people enjoyed it, kumite, because they never had good kumite techniques. I can tell you that. And so that was how all the dojos quietly, slowly changed to Malaysian Shorin Seibukan at that time. And it was running very good. Neo left Germany somewhere around in the 80s. I should say middle of 80s. He left. He was teaching and then he left because of his working permit or things like that. And they had the association running, their Shorin association, which we registered together. Mr. Neo, Mr. Karim Chalabiani, Mr. Binder Manfred, all these people was responsible to register that. That was in the beginning of 80s. That's how I told Mr. Neo, I said, if you register it as Shorin-ryu, don't put Seibukan, just Shorin-ryu. So they did that. So it was registered. After Neo left, the association had so much of debts, money, because they rented a big hall near in Regensburg and they couldn't pay that rent. So all the people in that Seibukan, they were doing demonstrations in the discos and then collect the money and pay the debts. And that later they came to me. Angelica Pukas is the name of Mr. Neo Hotong's girlfriend. She called me up. She was working in the Mercedes company and and I went down to visit her and she said, would you like to take over this association? We have nobody and we only have like 1 or 2 dojos. Would you like to take over? I said, sure. So I took over the Shorin-ryu dojo, called my people from our association, and we took over the Shorin-ryu association. And we start running the Shorin-ryu, and then we build up Bavarian Shorin-ryu, Bayerische Shorin-ryu Seibukan at that time. That was all Malaysian styles still. And then somewhere in the 90s, I believe, we made Shorin Seibukan Karate of Germany. Then because we spreaded our karate to the other parts of the states, then we were able to register it as German Shorin Seibukan. Before there was only Bayerische, Bavaria.
Okay.
So it spread out like that, and that's how the dojos was developed. Yeah.
And were you allowed to take part in official tournaments with your students at this time?
Well, that's a good question also. We wanted to go into the German Karate Federation or the Bavarian state body, and they say you have to have at least 5,000 members, and I should go to train under the national coach, Mr. Oichi. I should train under him. I said, no, I'm not going to train with Oichi. I will train under only my sensei, and I don't go and train with somebody. It's a Shotokan Karate style. And we didn't have 5,000 members. So there was one time another president of Bavarian state body, his name was Mr. Brown. So Mr. Brown told us, if you pay us somewhere around amount of 500 German marks, you can take part in the tournament. So we paid 500 marks and we went and we took part in the tournaments. And it was like about 2-3 tournaments, and then they say, no, you cannot take anymore. You have to be a member of, or you are 5,000 members, or you have to change your style to Shotokan. So we stopped, quit. So then we start building, I start building my Shorin Seibukan, Malaysian Shorin Seibukan, Bavarian state, and we was running it very well. This is how it became. And many of my students, I should say the senior students, used to go and take examination in Shotokan up to a level of a blue belt that they can then participate in the tournament.
Okay.
So they were just going through the back doors and participating in tournament, and they were very successful at that time. Yes. Karim's dojo was still under the Bavarian state body. It was Malaysian Shorin Seibukan, but grading, we used to bring Shotokan senseis to grade the dojos. Like Aisoya, he's from Kyokushinkai, but he is a Bavarian examiner, Bayerische Karate Bund. And then we used to have Hisataki Gudrun, Mr. Ilma Fuchs. All these people used to come and do the grading, and it was recognized. And this Straubing dojo was able to take part in tournaments because it was Shotokan, but they used to practice Seibukan, Malaysian Shorin Seibukan. So we had very good competitors, like a Bavarian champion and so on. This was how they used to go through the back doors and practice. Until in the, I think somewhere in the 90s, I believe, president came over, he's a nice president, and then they say, why don't you all come to Bavarian Karate or German Karate Federation? And then they became German Karate Federation members. And I didn't join them. I told them I don't want, because I wanted to go in the beginning. They didn't want me. Now I don't want, because I was building already another association.
Yes.
So I have to close down to go in. So we split up. One, they wanted half of the members join the German Karate Federation. The other half, no. So that was a big problem among our own family members, which I can tell you in the next episode.
Yes, that would be great. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Most welcome.
Bye.